Hey everyone, welcome back to another cycling video. So I haven't really been able to make this video for a little while because I've been super busy with personal stuff. So I thought I'd just quickly make this video whilst I've got a chance. I'm not making this video to brag or anything like that. Just making this video to kind of show what's possible. And I'm not going to say anyone can, but I would say a lot of people are able to get a KOM on Strava. Now, I was doing some looking on the map and just kind of going around, and I've seen some little segments which weren't really too well travelled, whether it was because either people didn't know about them or whatever, right? So I thought to myself the other day I would ride over to this lake. So I was checking this lake out on Strava, and up come all these segments, and one of the segments was Musselman Lake Loop, I believe it's called. So anyway, I saw it and I saw the time and I saw like the average speeds, and I did like a quick analysis, of the typical kind of riders who were doing it. Realized they weren't like pros, or they weren't doing like epic kind of crazy stuff each week or whatever. So I figured that even at my current weight, which at the time of doing it was maybe around 93 or 94 kilos, I thought to myself, well, I'll give it a go. So anyway, I'll here's a quick picture of me at the lake, looking a little smug after taking the KOM. As you can see here, KOM on Muscle Loop. So essentially, it starts. So I came this way so I could get a little bit of a run up to it, and then essentially I did like a fast turn right. Now you see this bit here. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's kind of a what the hell's happening there? This bit it won't show it on the map, but it's actually I had to dismount because it's like a barrier, and then I had to kind of get off into a dirt path, and then it brings me on the other side of the trail. So yeah, it was a little bit tricky, and then I had this left turn, which of course I'm driving in Canada, so that's essentially cutting across any traffic. It's not like a right turn here where you can just swing out pretty much, or like a left turn in the UK where you can just pretty much swing out. So I had that, and then believe it or not, there's some, it doesn't really show, but there's actually some nasty steep and short little hills. So I was going over those as well, and then yeah, just basically coming round, and actually on this corner, this bit, there was actually a guy reversing a truck into the middle of the road. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I wasn't having my KOM ruined, so I remember just like swerving around him like super quick because I was at the end. There was no way I had the energy essentially to do that again. Well, I guess not the energy, but I had it in my legs, right? Because that was an all-out effort, and my lungs were burning on this little micro hill here. Let me bring this up so I can like analyze it properly. Yeah, so this is better. You can see I got a pretty good average kind of speed here, but this big dip, it only went down to 6k. This was when I was obviously doing that, and you see even the power goes basically when 0 watts. So then yeah, obviously I quick back on the power, some 400 watts there, and then another was that another dip? I think there was some people in the road, and then anyway back up to speed, and then another dip because I'm turning, and then you'll see I start to obviously start to get some power down, keeping it consistent because obviously I knew that it's more like a marathon, not a sprint. Had to obviously make it towards the end, and then yeah, you'll see some power, some watt bombs here because I'm having to go up this hill. Does it show elevation? I guess it doesn't really. So yeah, you can see some watt bombs being dropped. Obviously not like Pro was or whatever, but putting in a bit of an effort there. yeah, you see the speeds drop right down as well. And bearing in mind, like I said, I was 93 kilos. So yeah, just putting in an effort there. And then back down here for the corner. As much as I'd like to have flied through it, you know, without taking the risk, you know, I was unsupported. You know, I had no one to tell me if it was safe to turn or anything like that. And yeah, it was actually, that bit was quite a busy-ish road, so I had to just let off the gas totally. Obviously I tried to maintain as much speed as I could, quickly back up to speed. You will see as well, I think it's about here, I kind of let off a little bit, because of that vehicle doing that. So I lowered myself to about 26k, and then yeah, back on it. I guess I must have been coasting at that point. I was definitely, my lungs were burning. So I got to probably about this point and just literally just sat on the grass. And it flashed, another great thing as well is it almost feels like doping because I have the hammerhead. It guided me through the whole process. It literally came up, said, what was it? What's the segment called? Musselman loop segment. And then anyway, I just it was like basically half my screen, so it was like a little window that popped up, and then it was showing me where the KOM was, in the form of a crown, and it was showing me well, I did have a PB actually, because I'd gone round one time just as like a recon. This was just before this ride. So then I went round one time as a recon. So it was showing me obviously my PB, which wasn't even a, you know, wasn't even an effort. I just kind of cruised round. Also got lost on this bit because I thought, oh, it's a dead end, I must have to go around, but there was no round. Hence why you see the little red, because I was thinking, oh, I must have to go around or something. But and I glanced on my map and I actually saw this this white bit here. So yeah, so that was that. Yeah, and anyway, it showed me how far I was. So by time I'd got to, I'd got about midway here, I was I was constantly about 32 seconds ahead, which I was like, yes. I think it went up to about 35, 36 at one point. I was really happy. And then obviously I came to this hill. I'm sure the guy who did this KOM was probably 80 something kilos or 70 something, not 93, 94. So obviously as soon as I come up to a hill, you know, even just like a speed bump type hill that's 2, 3, 4, 5%, it's like boom, I'm seriously handicapped. Just like Phil Gaiman, he just did a video where he was with this fat bloke, and this fat bloke wanted him to weigh the same so they could go up this hill together, and he put 100 pounds on Phil Gaiman, and he was struggling like crazy to get up this hill. So you wouldn't even believe it, just not taking a shit in the morning and then going up a hill, you're gonna fucking notice it, like, wow, 2 pounds or whatever, however big your shit is, right? It's gonna be like, wow, that's such a struggle. Just, I've even seen riders dump out the water at the bottle so they can get time up the hill, you know. So you can see my heart rate. Oh, here it got way into the well above VO2 max, like 180 for me is like, I can't breathe. I'm gonna have, like, I don't have asthma anymore, but it's like I'm gonna have an asthma attack. That's how it feels, and my lungs were literally burning. So this was pretty much an all-out effort, except for maybe some of the beginning bits. And obviously, like I said, it was kind of like a technical course, really, you know, with roads like T-junctions and things like that, and obviously other cars and things like that. So it was kind of technical. So, but anyway, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not gonna like defend this KOM with, like, you know, with my life or whatever, right? So if the guy, I'll go back, I think the guy who oh shit, where's it gone? So the guy who got the KOM originally, if he wants to come back and have a go, have at it. But I'm happy that I've set my name on the board, right? So obviously you see my name here. I'm not gonna say it because of the algorithm, right? But Team Vegan, and then that word, is obviously getting a good message out there to these people, that you don't have to follow the crowd or the sheep, you know, to be healthy or to get a KOM. Yeah, so this guy, John Petrick, shout out to him. I didn't take this KOM from him to be mean or whatever, but I just felt like I would give it a go, right? And I'm sure this guy was, he probably wasn't bothered, or maybe he was, I don't know, because you get the email, don't you, like, oh no, somebody stole your KOM. So maybe he was really sad, maybe he wasn't, but nothing against you, John, in case you're watching this video. You're probably not. But yeah, he'd set definitely a really good time though. He'd set a good time. I mean, obviously I'm 30 seconds faster. Yeah, literally 30 seconds faster. But whew, I don't know if I could go much faster than that at my current weight and current fitness. Maybe I can revisit this if I'm in the area when I'm 75 kilos or my kind of like race weight, or maybe even lower. But until then, I don't think so. But just for a quick look at the ride. So this obviously was basically 50k in. This effort was 50k in. So I was already, the tank somewhat drained. I had dried banana with me, so I was munching on them, especially coming up to the 2-hour mark as I was reaching the lake. So I was munching on those, you know, to get the glycogen in. But yeah, really, I definitely limped back. Well, not limped, but you can see my, if we look here, before the effort, my average heart rate was 127, and my, I don't know how it's only 133, but Strava always rips you off 20, 30, 40 watts on power anyway. So my average was, I think according to my hammerhead, 150. So my heart average was 150, and then you just need to see the way back, like 144 average, and the power's still basically the same according to Strava. So I was definitely seriously fatigued on the way back. Yeah, you can see it's quite the ride. 800 meters covered, nothing fancy, just really a standard 100k ride, but like I said, with a bit of an effort, which resulted in a KOM. So for those of you out there who, you know, fancy a KOM, or think that KOMs are only for, you know, pros, or, you know, skinny people, you know, who've got like 400 watt FTP, like, no, essentially, if you're smart about it, and maybe in your local area, whatever, you can find some KOMs, especially on recently. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can find them on either recent, you know, recent segments where they've either just created them, or you can even create a segment yourself. So you can think, oh, I'm always on this road, or I'm always on this hill. Maybe there's no segment there. You can obviously create it yourself. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but just look it up on DuckDuckGo. Don't use Google, it spies on you. So yeah, you can do that, or whatever you like. So at the end of the day, if you want to give it a go, give it a go. It's some fun. Personally, I'm not following a training plan at the moment. I'm just going to kind of like ride and just enjoy myself, and just do like zone 2 to burn the fat. And then every now and again, I'll have like an intuitive sprint or effort. Maybe I'm coming up towards a hill and I think I want to give it some beans up there, you know, so I do that. Or maybe I think I want to take this segment, get my name, spread the good word. So yeah, that's essentially what I've done. If you're in the Toronto area, the challenge is out there. Feel free to give it a go. I'm by no means exceptional cyclist, especially in this state. So yeah, feel free to give it a go. Be a nice challenge and a good, healthy competition. And yeah, so this video, like I said, it's not to brag or, oh, I got a KOM, although I'll probably title it like that. Yeah, it's just to kind of show you what's possible. I mean, if, you know, me, you know, well, only just under obese, I've only just became overweight now versus being obese like a couple of kilos ago that I lost. So yeah, I mean, I was only just literally obese when I was about 96 kilos, 95 kilos, and now I'm about 92 at the moment. So yeah, at the end of the day, if you're an obese rider and you see a KOM, don't think, oh, I can't get that because I'm obese. Give it a go. you know, especially if you go there with a plan, because it may have been the person before you who got the KOM was just commuting to work, or maybe they just had a little bit of a tailwind that day, or maybe the wife had called them and say, dinner's ready, why aren't you home? And you know, they zoomed off and it's like, oh shit, best put in a zone 3 on the way home. So at the end of the day, the typically KOMs can be, you know, as long as you don't live in like the Pyrenees Mountains or whatever, you know, the Swiss Alps or whatever. And yeah, so essentially they're there for the taking. Give it a go. If you can't do it, maybe set it as a goal, you know, work up to it. Or maybe you can set your goal as the top 10 if being number 1 isn't realistic. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm making cycling videos now, so give this a thumbs up if you like this type of video. It's just a quick kind of raw video, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next cycling video, everyone.